Welcome back. This is Ritto here with another Terraria Journey's End weapon showcase. Today we're going to be looking at the awesome Super Star Shooter weapon. And here it is. It is the better version of the Star Cannon right here. And this Super Star Shooter is a weapon that can be obtained in early hard mode. And let's take a look at what it does on a target dummy over here. You can see it's doing about 750 damage sometimes. I'm using the ranged titanium armor, and then I've got some accessories. Most of them can be obtained early hard mode, except for I think the celestial shell and this starboard, but those shouldn't be affecting the damage too much. And we have the Super Star Shooter rolled to Unreal for the most damage, and it has 127 range damage, 24% critical strike chance, very fast speed, average knockback. And then it says, sure, brain, but where are we going to get enough stars for this? And when you shoot through multiple enemies, it stacks a ton of damage because it pierces, and you can see all these extra attacks happening. Each time you shoot something, it summons an extra attack. So it's pretty dang powerful, especially on large groups of enemies, like during an invasion. This would absolutely demolish, like the pirate invasion or something like that, early hard mode. So let's talk about how to acquire this awesome weapon. Once when you have defeated a mechanical boss, the traveling merchant will start selling it. But because the traveling merchant can be a bit rare to show up and his inventory switches and is a bit random, it may be a while before you find this, but if you're lucky, you could find this right after defeating your first mechanical boss, and then this would be an absolutely powerful weapon to have early in your playthrough. The one problem is that it does use stars as ammo, so you're going to have to stack a ton of stars. Right here, I've got 393. And now they've changed the stack size from 99 to 999. So it is nice that you can have more stars in your inventory. Let's go ahead and compare it to the original Star Cannon and just see the damage difference. So the original Star Cannon can do about 500 damage. I'm honestly a little bit confused why they didn't make this a craftable item. They could have done a recipe with like the Star Cannon, Hallowed Bars, and maybe crystals. That would have been a cool way to create the Super Star Cannon, but they have it where it's sold from the traveling merchant, so it's going to be a bit tricky to get. Let's take a look at how this thing performs against some bosses. Since it's daytime, we can summon maybe the King Slime first. And let's see how this goes. We're doing a lot of damage. Wow, that did very well against the King Slime. Now let's test what the normal Star Cannon can do against the King Slime. Okay, so this is not nearly as powerful. The Super Star Cannon killed it way faster, which is expected, but still, it's nice to see the difference. When you're fighting an actual enemy, it's a little bit easier to see how much better a weapon is versus a target dummy. And maybe let's start with the Destroyer and see how this does. Oh, wow. So this is an expert world, and this is something you can get after defeating your first mechanical boss. And it is absolutely shredding the Destroyer. It's very impressive. All the piercing damage. Ooh, almost got hit by the head there. Okay, so if you're struggling and you've defeated one of the bosses, you could definitely farm this up, and it would be probably one of the better weapons to use against the Destroyer there. Let's see how this can do against the twins. It's doing pretty good. And remember, I'm using titanium. I mean, you're going to use so many stars in this fight, though, unfortunately. But overall, it's pretty dang good. One thing I want to do after this, though, is compare it to other weapons you can acquire at the same point in the game. Yeah, this might be a little bit low on damage for how many stars we're using for this particular boss, but I'd say it's quite great for the Destroyer. We're going to use up like 1,000 stars during this fight. We're doing like a solid 700 damage consistently on these guys. I'm waiting for adrenaline to build up, but that's not going to happen in this game. I miss adrenaline and rage and all that. I was really hoping they would add that to Master Mode. And this would be amazing for any invasions or things where you have like a wyvern or something where you need to pierce. It will do super well against those. Now the last thing I want to do is compare this to other weapons that you can get early hard mode. So let's try the Uzi. You can get the Uzi in the jungle right off the bat. It's pretty rare, but it's something that can be obtained. The Unreal Uzi can actually do more damage. If you're shooting multiple targets or you're shooting something like the Destroyer, the Star Cannon is going to be way better because it's going to shoot through all of them and do tons of damage. The Uzi would probably be a better choice as a Ranger class for Skeletron or for the Twins, and it's easier to get the ammo for it. The other thing we can compare it to is the Mega Shark, which you can get after destroying the mechanical bosses, and it's about the same as the Uzi, about 1,000 damage. You could use Meteor Shot, but that doesn't pierce as much as the stars do. So you can see the damage went up on multiple targets, but it's still not going to reach the damage of the Superstar Shooter. So there's definitely different situations where you'd probably want to pick it and others where you'd want to go with something more suitable like the Mega Shark or the Uzi. But overall, it's a really powerful weapon for early hard mode, and it would be really good for the Destroyer if you can manage to acquire it. That concludes our showcase of the amazing Superstar Shooter. I love the way the projectiles look, and it's really a fun weapon to use. It's nice that it makes the star sound, just like the Star Cannon. I hope you all have found this video helpful and informative. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm also doing other showcase videos for the 1.4 update, so be sure to check those out if you're interested. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.